Let's talk like it's just you and me. No audience, no filters, just two men sitting in silence after everything's gone quiet. You ever get that moment where you feel like you've been erased from someone's life, yet something in your gut tells you she still checks, still watches, still cares, but her pride won't let her say it. She acts like she moved on, like she's happy, like you never mattered, and yet there's something deeper going on, something she won't admit, not to you, not to herself. That performance, that new energy, it's not peace, it's panic. It's her way of coping with the storm your silence created. Because here's what most men don't realize: you don't have to shout to be heard. Sometimes the quietest response echoes the loudest, especially when she thought you'd be the one to break first. Let's unpack it. First thing, she's acting, but you've stopped reacting. She's putting on a show, bro. Stories, selfies, laughter turned up a notch, like she's living her best life. But that show isn't for her. It's for you. It's bait. Not because she misses you, but because she misses your reaction. She wants to know if she still matters. That's why she's louder now. But here's where you flipped the script. You stopped giving her the reward. You stopped checking, stopped commenting, stopped even caring out loud. And that right there, that's power. Because when a woman's identity was tied to how much she could move you and suddenly she can't, that's when the mask starts to crack. She's acting, but now you're unbothered, and she feels that. Second thing, you didn't get quiet, you got composed. A lot of guys go silent out of fear, out of sadness, but not you. You didn't disappear because you were broken. You disappeared because you were rebuilding. See, silence isn't just absence, it's presence with boundaries. It's standing still in the fire without letting the flames define you. That calm you've stepped into, that's the kind of energy she never saw coming. The kind that shakes her because she knows. She doesn't have that. You didn't ghost her. You centered yourself. And now she's not confused because you're gone. She's confused because you're calm. And nothing is more unsettling than a man who walks away, not to hurt, but to heal. Third thing, she's still measuring her worth through your silence. Here's the truth no one talks about. Most people don't need your validation until they lose it. And now that yours is gone, she's not just wondering what you think. She's wondering what she's worth without your attention. That silence, it's not just an empty space to her. It's a measuring stick. Is she still attractive? Was she ever enough? Did you mean what you said, or was she just temporary? Your silence forces her into reflection, and reflection, when it's quiet, is brutal. Not because of what you say, but because you're not saying anything. That gap, it turns into a mirror, and she's standing in front of it every night. Fourth thing, you've become a question she can't answer. When you stop explaining yourself, stop chasing, stop trying to fix what she broke, you become a mystery. She doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know where your head's at. She doesn't even know if you've moved on or simply evolved. That uncertainty, it eats away at her because you were once predictable, stable, and now you're just gone. She can't read you, can't decode your silence, and the human mind, it hates questions without answers. You didn't play hard to get, you just stopped being available to someone who didn't value you, and now you're not just missing, you're haunting, quietly, powerfully. Fifth thing, she mistook access for attachment. When someone always has access to you, they forget what it costs. She thought your love, your time, your presence was something guaranteed, so she gambled, she tested you, and she lost. Now that door is closed, not slammed, not locked, just gently, firmly shut. And that kind of closure, that's the kind people never forget. You're no longer a text away, you're no longer the safety net. You're not cold, you're distant. And there's a difference. Cold is revenge. Distance is self-respect. Let her feel it. Let her remember what it felt like to have you before she realized how rare you really were. Sixth thing, you became unforgettable by becoming unavailable. Want to know how to live in someone's head? Don't beg for it. Just remove yourself completely. People forget those who cling. They remember those who disappear with purpose, not to play games, but because they finally saw the game for what it was and stopped playing. You didn't leave a message behind. You left a void, and that void has weight. It carries your value. It makes her sit with her own decisions. No distraction, no defense, just her and the echo of your absence. She'll remember the energy you brought, the safety, the effort, not because you remind her, but because she'll never feel it again. Seventh thing, you created a silence she can't control. Control is what most people want. If she can get you to react, to fight, to explain, then she still has a grip on the narrative. But now, she has no script. You're not angry. You're not trying to teach her a lesson. You're just gone. Calm, collected, unreachable, and that's what stings. You've taken the one thing she relied on, your availability, and you've replaced it with boundaries. Your silence is no longer emotional, it's strategic, and every day she doesn't hear from you, the tighter that silence wraps around her thoughts. She can't direct it, she can't twist it, and that kind of silence, it breaks egos. Eighth thing, her pride won't admit it, but her soul already knows. There's always a moment, long after the damage is done, when a woman realizes she messed up. Not because of your words, but because of what she feels when you're no longer accessible. Her pride won't let her reach out, but her soul, it's already mourning. Mourning the version of you she'll never get back. The man who cared deeply, who gave freely, who showed up without being asked. That man is gone now. Not out of revenge, but out of evolution. She'll act like it doesn't matter. But the more she pretends, the more the truth creeps in. She lost something irreplaceable. Ninth thing, you chose self-respect over explanation. You could have explained everything. You could have sent a long message, tried to find closure, laid your heart on the table. But what would that have done? Explaining yourself to someone who already decided to misunderstand you is a waste of breath. You didn't need her to get it. You just needed you to get it. And you did. You chose silence. Not because you had nothing to say, but because you had too much dignity to scream for someone's attention. That decision, that boundary, isn't weakness, it's strength. The kind of strength that only men who've been through the fire carry. 10th thing, your silence is not revenge, it's rebirth. Don't ever think of your silence as a weapon. It's not about hurting her, it's about healing you. This isn't payback, this is protection, this is peace. You're not punishing her. You're prioritizing you. Your journey doesn't need her applause. Your growth doesn't require her validation. You've reclaimed your energy, your focus, your soul. Let her pretend. Let her act. Let her hide behind filters and fake smiles. You're building something real. And when the dust settles, she won't remember the last thing you said. She'll remember that you never said goodbye. You just became someone she'll never get access to again. And now, you sit in your silence, but it's not empty. It's full of everything you've learned, everything you've shed, and everything you've chosen not to chase anymore. Let her wander. Let her scroll through old memories trying to decode the man you've become, because you're no longer the echo of her validation. You're the voice of your own power. Don't break the silence. Become it.